Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's Sybil, and it's Sybil and Damon today. Hey, Damon, how are you?
Fantastic. Hello, Sybil, and hello, people out there that watch us faithfully
That's right. That's right.
and
And
listen.
and
Yeah, and
listen
listen.
to us. Yeah. How was your vacation?
It
I
was
know it was
awesome.
working. It was working, but
Yeah, and it's funny because it started out really light, the duties they had me assigned to, but as they got more acclimated with my skill set, they started asking me to do more things, which were
yeah,
all fun.
yeah.
I was on the Capital Jazz Super Cruise, and it was an amazing experience. I tried to talk to you guys, but the ship took a left and the signal went right, and and I wasn't on the ship's Wi-Fi. I was on that package you get, and that stuff is spotty. But fantastic performances, a great group of people, most of which, or not most, but a lot of which I see in Martha's Vineyard.
Oh,
So it's a lot of
sure. Yeah.
vineyard crossover. There's some fantastic voyage crossover, and there's also festival at sea. So it was
Oh,
like a
wow.
homecoming, but
Nice.
mostly our age and up,
Yeah.
which is really great because it's laid back. The pacing is different. Nobody's mad at you taking a nap. Um, but it was great. Yeah. So glad to be home. Um, Looking forward to this week. Everything's going well. So it's just good to be here with you.
So it's great to have you back. Did you and the wife have any? Were there any highlights? Were there any moments of because you're a sun and fun kind of guy. So did you take out a boat of your own while you were on
No,
one of the
we
islands?
didn't do any major excursions. A lot of people get off the boat and got on the boat, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. As much as I love boats, because
Right.
this one only had three ports, and one of them was a quick one that we missed, that we overslept because we had
Oh.
a highlight the night before that, and yeah, so the ship got in at 8, and we had to leave by 2, so you had to be back on board by 1:30. So we took a fake boat ride with the tender. Plus, it was a tender stop. We had to catch the
Right.
boat over to the island. So
Right.
we did the tender, walked around, literally 5 minutes, got back on the tender, and rode back over to the ship. But
Wow.
Leela James was quite an eye-opening
Oh
experience.
yeah.
Yeah, she was amazing. Everybody was great. I'm a big Music Soul Child fan.
Uh-huh.
I enjoyed his stuff. But then there were so many talented musicians that sit in with Eric Roberson and Mike Phillips, who are the staples
Mike
of the ship.
Phillips. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you know that name, of course.
Of course.
So they are the staples of the ship. The three of us are now the hosts because I'm added as one of the recurring hosts. Hopefully, this will be a tradition that started this year for me going last year.
Oh,
But it's just a fantastic time. Then Saturday, after we got off the boat, we flew straight to Atlanta because there's a GDI Heritage Ball. Now GDI is doing good. I mean, Good Deeds International,
uh-huh.
and they're comprised of a big group of Chicago steppers. But it's become not just U.S., not just Chicago, but nationwide. And it had to be over 5,000 people. They're line dancing and stepping and dressed to the nines, and I performed for them, and that was awesome. So it's been good looking at my man Pete Frazier from here in Chicago and everybody involved with GDI. And anything they do, I'll be glad to do again.
That is so great. Doing good deeds. That's awesome. Um, and you came home to good weather, right?
Yeah, it was beautiful. We were able to walk the dogs, but that's about the end because this is Chicago and this is
Yeah.
schizophrenic. So we have 70 degree. We broke a record. We tied a record yesterday. We were close to a record today. It's gonna snow tomorrow.
Right. That's the truth, right? It's
Yeah,
it's we talk about that, you wait a few minutes and snow will come. We'll get a little bit of everything, but today it's especially true.
yeah. As soon as you wash your car, that's how
Well,
you can predict rain or snow. Whenever I wash my car, you can count on
yeah,
some
that's
inclement weather to follow.
I'm one of the same. I believe that. We've
Yes.
had some really warm weather here. It was in the low to mid 90s for the last couple of days. Today it may have gotten into the 80s, but
Mm.
it's warm. I mean, it's like this can't be February looking at the calendar, but it is.
Yeah. So people, global warming is real until it ain't.
Right.
Uh, you know, because tomorrow we'll probably have a record breaking low.
Yep.
So you just never know. But yeah, I mean, Dallas, I mean, Texas in general, the weather all over the place there. But, at least you can enjoy a 80-degree day, a 90-degree day even.
Right.
But this summer with those triple digits, that's when it gets to be
And
too much.
and that's what people are saying, what does this mean for the summer? What's that going to look like? And they reminded us we had 90-degree days last year and in February, and sure enough, we had those triple digit record breaking days in the
Yeah, and
summertime.
they're
So,
mostly asking because they want to know what's going to do to that light bill. Y'all
right,
shouldn't have to be paying
right,
summer light bill in February just
right,
yet. This
exactly.
was, yeah.
A lot of folks turning on their fans and their air conditioner. So it's something else. Hello, sir. Speaking of hot weather, how you doing? Welcome back, man.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. How are we doing today? How are we doing today?
We're,
Amen.
we're good. How was your vacation?
Vacation was good. Vacation was good. Had a good time down in Cozumel and the Grand Caymans for 5 seconds. I'm tell you, when you on a cruise and you go to the Grand Cayman, make sure that there's some time. Boy, they drop you off and say, "Come on, hurry up,
Right.
let's go.
Let's go.
We got
Let's
to
go.
go." I'm like, man, my son dipped his toe in the water. I'm saying, "All right, son, gotta go get on this bus and head on back. Let's go." My son was like, "What? Gotta go. Catch this boat."
Yes.
Yeah, that's another one of those ports that has the tenders where you have to catch that bus. I mean, the smaller boat to the big boat.
To get
Right.
to get on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's no, dock or anything there for the big boat.
No,
You got to go in.
it
Yeah,
is.
on the
There's no
tender.
quick way to get off the big boat to get to the shore, so you have to wait for your turn to get on. And like for us, like it was like we got to the Grand Cayman at 8 a.m. The boat got to Grand Cayman at 8 a.m. We didn't
By the
get
time
off
you
the
all
boat
got off.
like around 11:30,
Yeah.
and then it was time to get to leave was at 2:30. So I was just like, all right, let's get this done.
Let's make this happen. Yeah.
Let's get this alcohol and get this rum cage and let's get to this beach. We gotta go. We gotta
Now,
go.
did you do the tourist thing? Did you come back with the big sombrero and all that
No,
kind of stuff?
a few people did, and my favorite part was watching this lady come back to the line to get back on the boat, and I mean her husband and her son just
they were hauling stuff.
hauling her. And my second favorite moment was when I was going back to my room and I heard a family walk by, and it was two older sons talking to their father. They say, "Hey, Dad, a real quick question: are you gonna get blasted drunk again tonight, or no?" And their dad just looked at him and was like, "Probably." When you can have that kind of relationship with your children, they just like, "Hey, Dad, just want to make sure so we are prepared."
You can call us if you need. No questions asked. We'll come get you.
Man, we'll come walk over there and come get you.
And until you turned your head, man, I thought you went and got converted to Islam. I ain't see the beard. Your beard is in full. I'm like, where'd he go? To Afghanistan? Where's he been? Yeah, give it the dip. Yeah, give it the dip. I thought that was a kufi.
Are you voting from Michigan today?
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys are back. I missed you. Unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier to Damon and maybe not to the group, Khameron's got caught in traffic, so he'll be unable to join us, or maybe he'll get home in time and can jump on. But let's talk about the What You Need to Know newsletter. Khameron is one of our contributors to the newsletter. He, along with his sister, who is LGBTQ+, Corey Malone is social justice, and Aprilette Russell is our mental health and wellness contributor. And Khameron, in today's newsletter, wrote about the death of a beloved Flint, Michigan city councilman. And a lot of people know him not in Flint, and not for his Ed Mays was his name, and they don't know him necessarily for his projection as a viable member of this community and standing up for the people of Flint, but they know him from his YouTube and social media videos. And he didn't take a lot of stuff from a lot of people, but he was, as I said, he was beloved, and he was one of the leaders to fight for the people of Flint, and especially in the wake of the Flint water crisis. And 65 years old, much too young, and he will be missed by a city full of people and beyond, because he really was an example of civics and doing your civic duty and helping your own, and making sure that the voiceless had a voice.
Right.
A
Absolutely.
strong, powerful voice too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Got him in trouble. Got him in trouble at work a couple times.
Okay. They pulled him out at a time or two out of the city council meetings because he was so vociferous in his demands for the people and asking for answers
Mm-hmm.
and they like you got to go. This is not a good look. And it's like I don't care what it looks like. Y'all are wrong. And
Absolutely, all the way through.
yeah. Yeah.
And let's have a pause for that big A word, vociferous, and continue.
Okay, thank you very much. One of the things that I talked about in the newsletter is the fact that we're very close to another federal budget deadline. We, thanks to the new Speaker of the House, we don't just have one deadline; we have two. So that the breakdown in the federal government can happen on two separate dates. One group of the agencies and bureaus in the United States government will shut down if they don't have the funding as of March 1st. And 1 week later, the remainder. So it's about 1/3 of the agencies and departments will shut down as of March 1st. And if that goes on, then 2/3, the remaining 2/3, will be shut down on March 8th, late Friday night, Saturday morning. But the president called everybody to the White House and said, "Come on, you knuckleheads, let's get this together and work on a plan." Because here's the thing: the Speaker of the House is Mike Johnson. He's been on the job for about 7-8 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and he got the job because the last Speaker of the House worked with Democrats in order to get a federal budget.
Mm-hmm.
And worked with Democrats is something you can't do with today's Republican Party.
No,
You cannot, there cannot be any kind of joining, there cannot be any kind of bipartisanship, absolutely not. And so, and that comes from the head of the Republican Party, that's Donald Trump. He doesn't want them to come up with a budget. He doesn't care if people are out of work. He doesn't want them to have any kind of consensus on the border because he wants that to be his main topic of conversation during his fall campaign against Joe Biden. And all of the rest is, whatever, but we're not going to work with them and we're going to make them look as bad as possible. Well, it's not the Democrats you're making look bad. It's your party because you can't do anything. The budget has to come out of the House. If that were the case, if it was the other way around, the Senate they would have had several different budgets come out by now, right?
Right. And the funny thing, like you said, Trump, of course, would love for it to go past and we go through chaos because it's great talking points,
right?
Against Biden. But what he's not considering is that you're now putting every Republican in danger when it comes for their time to vote, because what are they going to say? They allowed it to happen.
Yep.
They put us behind on purpose. And I'm like, that's almost a death knell for most of these candidates, especially in those, toss-up states that they're in.
Right.
Actually, it's so unfortunate that I don't even think that's the case. I think that they are so hell-bound driven to follow his lead that they'll sacrifice and allow ourselves, or not even hold them accountable or responsible. A lot of them are so gullible that they really will still see it as Joe Biden's fault, when it's clearly them being obstructionists versus being in the consensus. So this country, man, I don't know where we're going with this, because what's the answer in November? I mean, we have no idea which way this country is going to go. And either way, it looks kind of bleak, because if Biden makes it back in and we have a obstructionist Republican Party, then he'll get nothing done. And then if Trump gets in, we don't want him to do half the things that he wants to do. So where do we go?
And what kind of rights are we going to have if Donald Trump gets in? Because he's been bound and determined to make this Putinville.
Yeah, he really does want to make this thing look like his best friend and his mentor,
his cuddle buddy.
Man, he is so jealous of that authoritarian type of rule. And I think he was surprised that he didn't have much power when he was president the first time. And he's going to do everything in his power this time, for one, to keep his butt out of jail. make some things happen to make sure that that he's kind of protected when he gets out the second time.
Yep.
And two, to kind of give the presidency a little bit more oomph, if you will, when it comes to making decisions, because
he'll be president like Putin is president, like he said the other day, Med. And Damon, I wish I had the right to just call the election tomorrow, like some of my friends do. And
yeah, man. It's wild to think of, when you see the inner thoughts, because he's been letting them inner thoughts come out a lot lately, and that's what makes everyone kind of worried about what are you trying to do, man. Because at the end of the day, he's looking out for self. He always look out for self. He care less about the American people. He's caring about his company, himself, and make sure that he stays out of trouble.
And make sure that he stays out of trouble, that he doesn't lose, $500 million, that he doesn't have to pay $111,000 in fines per day, that he doesn't have to worry about. He can say anything about anybody without the judges coming after him and charging him $83 million for that, for bad mouthing people. He is hoping so that he can get into office and wipe all of this away. And he's already well on his way. His people are well on their way to disrupting the government in Georgia as far as the case against him is concerned, and hoping to get those charges wiped, because calling into question the credibility of the Fulton County DA and her personal life and all of that. And even if the judge doesn't find her liable for any of this stuff, her credibility is shot.
Oh yeah. Even though, she was a social media darling a couple weeks ago when she was on the stand.
Yeah, with her daddy and all of that. That was great stuff.
It was great. It was great. It was great to watch, but at the end of the day, it's a bad look. You know what I'm saying? But it was just a point. It was all pointless. Like I said, it's a bad look. It was pointless. She got some love from the Black community for standing up to it, but I'm not gonna say it makes her toothless, but it just it weakens her.
But it shouldn't even be effective when it comes from him, because that's the saltine calling the cracker white.
Sure.
Come on, man. This dude is the worst moral politician that we've had in years, and now his criticisms of someone's personal life lessens her credibility. But that's just the electorate and who he's speaking to, and it only takes a certain amount of people in this country to follow you for you to be successful, especially with the apathy we're going to experience with this next election. If he just plays to his niche, then it's almost a shoo-in, and I don't want to concede that, but a lot of people are not feeling the opposition to him, and we got to do something to voice that. All over the ship, all of the older people were telling me.
I was going to ask you, were there conversations on board the ship?
All of them telling, please, you got to tell people to vote. This next vote is so important. We can't take our foot off the gas in this next election. Vote, vote, vote. We were giving out the different agencies to get people registered still, to get people involved. And it's just, we're not on fire for this next situation. So it depends on turnout and who turns out, to be honest, where we're going in the next 4 years.
Like Damon said, apathy is the biggest killer when it comes to the Democrats.
Yeah.
If black people aren't fired up over the person, they don't come out and vote.
What they were fired up about in 2020 was fired up against Donald Trump.
Yep.
And not recognizing that if he gets back, how much worse it's going to be. And, I don't know what's going to happen tonight in Michigan. I think it's going to be a very interesting outcome in that. And especially with the population of Dearborn, Michigan having the highest Arab American population, and how they're going to vote and what this uncommitted is going to look like in the primary, but also in other swing states. Like I said in the piece that I wrote, you got Michigan, you got Arizona, you got Pennsylvania, and there are going to be others that are going to really make a difference as far as this. And you got the disaffected young people. So we've got to really do something to tap into them and to try to find out what will it take.
And then you got Fox News saying that we're into sneakers And
Right,
so
right. Yeah, for
Trump
sure.
having sneakers is going to get the black people. I mean, it's a farce and a comedy of tragedy.
Fat
And
Seriously,
if
it
Joe
is.
bought some
you
sinkers.
didn't know better, you would say that, we're being pranked because this is just like, are you kidding me? This
Right.
is where we are. A $400 pair of tennis shoes is going to make you get the black vote, and standing up in front of black people and telling you, I took the indictments for you, and you understand I'm one of you now because I've been
Right. You're all
indicted.
criminals.
Right.
Y'all feel me? You understand me now?
Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
They're wearing shirts with my face on it, selling it
Yeah.
for
My one.
$19.99. Thank you,
And
Doc.
$3.99 for a pair of tennis shoes. Mm-mm,
Goodness.
mm-mm. Which is going to his legal fund.
Of
So
course.
yeah, yeah.
Of course. Got to sell that merch.
Okay, okay. Um, let us move on to what's really going on.
Red
And this
hats
is
and
just
gold shoes, man.
this is one of our questions of the day, and I thought it would just be fun to have something. And one of the national days of this month was National Tater Tot Day. Tater
Whoa.
tots. Yeah, tater tots were to a certain extent revived this last season if they ever lost their popularity. I'm not a tater tot person, but last year during The Voice, country music star Reba McEntire was one of the judges. And when singers joined her team, they were ushered off to a whole little section where you could get some of Reba's tater tots. And
Mhm.
so that brought to mind to me, what's your favorite type of potato, Jen? Do you like your fried, your au gratin, your baked, your scalloped, buried under chili and cheese? What kind of taters do you like?
I mean, I'm down for a tot every once in a blue moon, especially if I'm taking
Is
it.
that because of the kids? Is that
Well, a tot is just a mini hash brown if you really want to break it down.
right, right?
It's a compacted travel hash brown. If you go to McDonald's, you can get a larger tot,
Yep, for
in a
breakfast.
sleeve.
Yeah, you can get a nice
Uh,
little.
exactly. If you go to a restaurant, it's just spread out. If you put a bunch of tots together and mash it down, it's hash browns right there. So all a tot is mini hash brown bites that you can carry along with you wherever you go.
Break
But
it down,
I
man.
prefer a good fry, if you will. I do like the McDonald's fries are classics, and then you have, of course, other types of fries. You have the waffle fries that only stay
Mm.
hot for about 2 seconds, so you eat
Chick-fil-A.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to eat them as you travel home. And then you have your Arby's fries, which are kind of like my top two.
Oh,
The
okay.
spiral fries,
Uh-huh.
seasoned excellent. But because they're so heavy, they fill up. There's only a few fries in there because they'd be so big. But outside of that, the taste is wonderful. And then I've now come into contact with Walmart's fries that are in the orange bag.
Uh-huh.
Very, very good fries. Put in the air fryer for about 15 minutes, shake it up at the 8-minute mark, and you're good to go.
Wow. Tater tot tips from Mr. Med.
You're welcome. You
Oh,
are welcome.
that was nice.
Yes.
Actually,
Thank you
that
very
was
He could do a show called The Gourmet Potato.
okay.
Um,
Mr. Potato Head.
I was just gonna say I prefer
right there, right?
right. I was just gonna say I prefer a garlic mash, but you broke it down, brother. Um, and then of course you go to Atlanta, you can get the deluxe hash browns at Waffle House, where you can get them scattered, covered, smothered,
Smothered.
multiple ways.
Absolutely.
Yes.
How many ways?
Oh, all kinds of ways.
Yes, scattered, covered, smothered, plain, cheese. Waffle House will do it for you.
I'll say, you say I want some hash browns. How you want them?
Tell me how you want them. So that's the question today. How do you like your taters? How do you like your potatoes? What are you a Waffle House kind of person? Do you prefer them that way? All the different ways that Waffle House serves them. Right now, I got to tell you, the taste of McDonald's French fries are not quite the same for me as they used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that's kind of a turnoff. I don't just crave, although that used to be like a treat for me, is an order of fries and a large Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Just slide through the drive-through. But lately, I have been looking for baking potatoes, and is it just me
The
or the baking
baking?
potato? Yeah, baked potato.
Gotcha. Okay.
But the white potatoes, but are they getting smaller, or is it just me? Is it just where I'm going and looking for baked potatoes? The
It's,
potatoes are getting much smaller. They're
man,
getting
there's a place that they specialize in these potatoes. One is in Cleveland, and they take that big baked potato, Sybil, and they cheese it. They could put crab meat. They put
Mm,
shrimp. It's
mm.
the man, and his brother. The
Mm.
brother brought it to me to backstage one night, and I tell you, I had him come back for the rest of the weekend every night. I said, "Dude, bring me them potatoes, man." So yeah,
when we lived in LA, there was a place called the Baked Potato. And I was like, okay, Yolanda, we're right, whatever. And they did, I mean, the potatoes were huge.
Mhm.
yeah.
And like this, whatever you wanted in there, they were good for it.
Mm.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
reminded me of that. And I just left Cleveland and I didn't see that guy. I'm gonna
Oh,
have to
man.
find him.
See, with the
Yeah.
baked potato, it's very a unique experience. Do you guys finish the potato, or are you one of those that, after you get through the toppings, the potato is pretty much done at that point, even though you might have some left? Or do you eat everything? Like, how do you do your baked potato? Are you like someone who with the wings and don't eat all the meat? You know what I'm saying? Have a lot of meat on the bone left? Or do you clean the whole plate off? Because there's different ways that people attack the baked potato.
So I had my dinner early tonight, and I had a piece of salmon, and I had baked potato, and I had some spinach. And there's still some salmon juice, if you will, some spinach juice. And I took my potato like bread, and I sopped up the gravy.
That's good.
And that's how I finished that sucker off. Yeah.
Oh, good. You get all the potato meat about the potato.
Exactly.
All the potato meat.
Yeah, you got. Yeah. I mean, you scrape against the skin.
Exactly.
You can use that potato as a canoe if it was hard.
That's good. Yes.
There's nothing worse than a baked potato that doesn't get that doesn't accept the butter all the way through to make it soft at the end. Because when you have a hard potato, it's pretty much done at that point.
Right.
Yeah. But then I also like Grecian style red potatoes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they come with all of the oil and olive oil and seasonings, and and they cut into cubes.
Cheese? You have a little feta cheese?
Oh. No, I don't do the feta cheese, but I bet it would be good.
Oh yeah. So there's a place here called Dickie's Barbecue, and they have a giant baker, and it's a big baked potato, and you can get your brisket or chopped beef, and sausage, and I like the turkey, and the turkey is really good. I'm not sure if it's real turkey or not, but with butter and cheese and some other things on there. But you get there too late, you're all set for it, and like, we're out of bakers. What?
Yeah, I have experienced that place. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so that is that's what I'm on today. Just and that's what brought it to mind as I was sopping up, and I was thinking, hey,
sopping up.
Yeah,
got him.
National Tater Tot Day, one day this month. So asking folks, what's your favorite type of potato? How do you like it to come? Is it mashed? Damon said he likes a garlic mashed. Judy Douglas on Facebook said fried sweet potatoes. I like to bake a sweet potato too. Fried sweet potatoes. So that sounds good.
Yeah, JJ Williamson has a joke about missing Tater Tot Day at school back in the day. You'd be, oh man, I took off Tater Tot Day. Oh.
Man, I stayed home and missed Tater Tot Day.
Man, I wasn't even really sick, and I missed Tater Tot Day.
That is so funny. Yolanda, what was the person? Do you have that for us? Denise Cuffey on Facebook, au gratin or scallop, but I love me some tater tots. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Mobile hash browns.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Sam Williams
never broke it down like that before.
CM Williams on Facebook says he loves Five Guy fries, and my friend Stephanie Williams also is a Five Guys gal. Yeah.
Portillo's in Chicago has great fries.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever
and the crinkle cut.
Oh, okay.
Crinkle cut. Yep, that's very good. Yep, because with the crinkle cut fries, they hold the sauce. when
Yes.
you dip in each crevice.
Oh, right.
Yes.
So it
Right.
helps when it comes to the dipping of the fry.
That's
the
true.
crinkle
And in
cut.
Chicago, if you went to a barbecue spot and they put the mild sauce on the crinkle cuts, you're in heaven.
Man, that's it.
It's a wrap.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a wrap is right. Yeah, because they do hold the sauce very nicely. Yeah, absolutely right. What about are you I don't know how to ask you this, gentlemen. Are you a thick fry or a thin fry person?
Now you see when it comes to the French fry, are we talking about the steak, the fry,
the steak fries, yeah,
with the skin at the back, the little crispy in the back of it? I don't like that. I don't like that at all, because if it's not cooked properly, now I have just a potato.
Right.
In the middle of the fry. After you bite into it, and it's hard in the middle.
Sometimes if it's not cooked properly.
KFC fries are kind of like that. I can't trust them.
KFC fries are thinner. Have you a
little bit thinner, but they try to do the whole steak fry thing, you know.
Yeah, no.
So I'd rather go with the thin fries because I just feel like I have a better chance of not messing that up.
That's a good point.
Yeah, a slim pair of fries, separate fries are decent, but the crinkle cut is more the thick. So I think I'm gonna go with the thick. If they're crispy on the outside but still have that potatoey center with the mild sauce.
Come on.
Yeah. Come on, man.
I want to make a limbs run right now.
Let's go. Let's go. 75th. I'll ship it to you.
Okay. Some mild sauce on that fella. Oh, yeah.
And that little swine juice that come from the real tips. You don't even eat pork. but you don't mind a little little swine juice with that mild sauce on that crinkle cut.
It's good for the soul. That's right.
He'll definitely let that slide when the juice hit it. I don't. Yeah, we'll take the juice.
And that's the beauty of this show. We can talk politics. We can talk potatoes. We can talk thick cut, thin cut, au gratin, scallops, you name it, and we can do
Clearly, Med needs a potato corner segment. He has concise, insightful thoughts on different types.
A lot of thought. You're right.
Absolutely. I like a good fry.
Yeah,
I like a good fry.
Big Med's potato corner.
Come on,
man. Let's go.
Yeah. Papa Med potatoes. Yeah. Okay. Yolanda, do we have any others with suggestions or thoughts on potatoes? Okay. All right. So cool.
Hold on. What kind of sauce?
I'm glad you guys were here to indulge me in this because I really was. I was thinking about that today. Like I said, I was sopping up the little salmon juice and a little bit of the spinach, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Tomorrow we talk banana splits. I'm kidding. I have no I don't know why.
I'm about to say. I like a good banana split. Now, the key to a banana split, though, is, hold on. Just wait a minute now.
Yes, man. The key to
when it comes to the banana mayo chip, that's what I'm talking about. You get the mayo chip for the French fries, but with the banana split, you got to make sure the nuts ain't too hard though, because
it's the hardness.
Because they be surprising you, because you be going through and it hits you really quick. And are you doing hot fudge? Or are you doing room temperature fudge?
Yeah.
It's a lot going on.
How spotty was the banana peel when you put it in there?
Right. I like a green banana. I like
it's got to be unripened to go for the split.
Exactly.
Right.
And nothing worse than a mealy banana.
Oh my God, no. Oh God, no. Yeah. It got to look fresh. You almost damn near green.
No, I do like green. I like Damon's flag. Yes, I want green. I want it so hard that when you try to flip the top, it goes, not ready yet. I'm like, oh yeah, you're ready. You're ready.
I like a good banana.
Which is the opposite of any other time when
exactly.
Exactly.
Right. If you have to work too hard to pop the top on that, then it's not. No.
Absolutely.
Clearly not ready.
He's not ready. Let's move to trending topics. And Damon, you told us about your great weekend and week on board the ship and great things you did in Atlanta. What do you have coming up?
I'm excited to announce that the show I did right before COVID, Laugh Tonight with Damon Williams, which is on Urban Flicks, and not many people have Urban Flicks. Well, the beauty of Tubi. Tubi has picked up our series, and now you can see all episodes free. In fact, every TV in my house and a couple of my phones are running the show right now, so we can get those views up and get people into the search. So please. And if you watch it in reverse, the better shows start like episode 8 through 1, because we were learning. So it's not chronological to watch, but if you watch from 8 backwards, all of it is great. But I felt like some of us were more, including myself, were more acclimated to the set, and we had better crowds. But I just want y'all to see Laugh Tonight with Damon Williams. Go on there, watch it, hit the thumbs up. Then this weekend, I'm home at Riddles. Of course, I haven't been there all month, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm doing an all Chicago free-for-all, like round robin of comedy. I'm inviting a bunch of the comedians, and I made all the shows $10 because I'm not putting any names out there, so people will be skeptical. Trust me, it's going to be great. Looking forward to that, and that's what's happening.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Man, what you got happening? What you got going on?
Man, look here. February has been a wild month for me, okay? Let me just, Sybil, you've been through it with me. It's been a wild month, okay? First of all, the trip was an anniversary trip, also along with my son's winter break. It all worked out. So happy 9-year anniversary to my wife.
Nice.
Celebrated that last week as well. And I am no longer at the Black Information Network. I started a new job. I am now the executive producer of The Morning Hustle. So this is my second full week in there with L'Oreal, Kyle Santillan, and you had Alton Walker yesterday on the show, who is I got to know him through the show, working with him on the show, and he is a very talented individual, and I'm very excited to continue to work with him. It's just been refreshing to go back to doing morning radio again. Doing it
refreshing.
It
and I mean, just because of the hours, not because of what we all do. And
well, also that 3:00 hit. That be coming in that one make you go to sleep, that nap, it gonna put you in a chokehold if you ain't moving around. But to be able to do morning radio again, because I haven't done it in a while, but to do it in a syndicated fashion, because as a producer in radio, that's kind of like the apex, that's the ceiling right there. Right. That's kind of the goal, is to become a morning show producer on syndicated level. So to have this opportunity to do this with this talented group of people that I have is very exciting. And I thought I was done with. I honestly thought I was done with that kind of radio, and to be back in it is very exciting. So, we are giving away a girls trip. By the way, nice. So if you want to go on the Fantastic Voyage, we'll be giving that away next week.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun girls trip.
Also,
and I have a connection to two of your hosts. Alton, first of all, is a fantastic stand-up comic, but he's also the voice you hear introducing me on my comedy album, Laugh Tonight with Damon Williams. Alton, we hear, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
that's Alton. Yeah, that's Alton. And then Kyle came from Chicago. He was here with Leon Rogers in the morning. So when you see him, if you want to make him laugh, catch him off guard, just say Damon said Octavius. And he will understand and laugh his whole head off. Trust me when I tell you.
No, like you said, I had a connection with kind of everybody but Alton. But it was just funny. I just didn't realize how many people knew who Alton was. And the stuff that he does on social media is very, very good. And like that man
is not pleased.
Hey man, that man has not missed since I've been on this show. So I'm excited with what we're doing. And like I said, we're giving away the girls trip, and we'll be giving away a Tesla as well soon, coming up at the beginning of March. So
one of those things doesn't need to be plugged in. So I'm just saying that.
It's the Morning Hustle under Reach Media banner.
Yes, it is. I'm back with the Reach Media banner, and along with you being with DL Hughley. So we're back under the same flag yet again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of under DL. I'm not.
Not under the reach.
I don't think I reach all the way to reach.
Hey, he on the reach, you on the reach. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's a trickle down effect.
He's reached adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's reached
I'm in
adjacent.
the outer reach of reach.
Outer reach of reach.
I
Yeah,
got you.
Shout out to Reach Media though, man. They've been great to our lives, so we appreciate them.
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. So here's what else is happening. I don't know if you all have been watching the news today. I got caught up watching the hearing involved in the Fonnie Willis and Nathan Wade case. They're still trying to get them and figure out when they got together, what was the association, how early, and trying to trip up his divorce attorney slash fraternity brother slash business partner as to when this relationship started. And I'm telling you, we need her daddy back on the stand again, because it was I just felt like I was texting J. Anthony Brown and we were talking about it. I just felt like just banging my head up against a wall, because it just got so monotonous, and these lawyers for the defendants in the case that Fonnie
Mhm.
Willis is bringing against them, they're doing everything to throw her out of this case, to throw her off of this case, to throw her career. And it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out and what this judge finally decides. And I think it's all going to come to an end maybe by Friday.
Mm.
The judge is supposed to have. He had an off the record conversation with the fraternity brothers slash business partners slash divorce lawyer, and that is why he decided felt comfortable with asking him to come on, and that he would not be taking over any client attorney secrecy or bonding between two of them. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all played out. Now, also in the news, not only we're talking about the Michigan political race, the primary today, but also two men charged with the gunning down of Run DMC's Jam Master Jay in New York City more than 20 years ago, finally brought to justice and convicted today of the hip hop star's long unsolved slaying. And check this out: Ronald Washington is 60 years old and Carl Jordan Jr. is 40. They were found guilty by a Brooklyn federal jury of murdering the then 37-year-old Jason Mizell inside of his Queens music studio in what prosecutors say was a crime of greed, motivated by greed and revenge.
Mm.
These guys, the younger man was his godson. This was his godson, and
Yep.
and for whatever that is, and Washington was his childhood friend, and they now face between 20 years to life behind bars at their sentencing, and that has not been scheduled yet. The verdict followed a 4-week trial in which jurors heard from several witnesses who recounted the moment the pair killed the legendary DJ inside of his studio, 24/7 studio in Hollis on October 30th of 2002. I remember that day.
Yeah. It was quite memorable because you didn't associate Run DMC with any type of street or criminal behavior
Right.
Right,
whatsoever. They were like the the pop version of a hip hop crew, we thought.
right.
And so no one knew that Jam had, those type of street ties, and that he was around some haters, because that's clearly what happened.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Jealousy and greed. And apparently of a drug deal that they were cut out of. So
Hmm.
all eyes, as I said, are on the Michigan primary. Will serve in part as a litmus test on the president Biden's ability to relate with Israel, his relationship with Israel, and a slow call for a ceasefire in Gaza. He's been talking about it all week, and it's like we're hoping to get to the ceasefire. Well, it's not going to count for the vote in Dearborn, Michigan today. It might be too little, too late. But the president's ardent support for Israel has enraged a large block of Arab American, Muslim American, and even some Jewish people, most notably in and around Dearborn, as I said, home of one of the largest Arab American communities in the country. And it's fueling a statewide movement among Democratic critics of Israel. And so they're asking everybody to vote uncommitted. I'm really interested to see, because it could be as many as 100,000 uncommitted votes. What this looks like, yeah, what this looks like in the grand scheme of things in the Democratic primary, it remains to be seen. But 100,000 votes, if that many, but they're so angry. I mean, they are passionately angry about the situation in the Middle East, and comparing the tens of thousands of Palestinian citizens that have been killed compared to the number of Israeli citizens is just
You know,
ridiculous
when,
comparison.
when it comes to this situation in the Middle East, it just feels like it feels like we're doing nothing. And in doing nothing, you're not showing anything. It's
Hmm.
like, they're not really supporting Israel. They're obviously not supporting the Palestinians. They want a ceasefire, but they're not stopping Israel from doing what they're doing. So it's just like, can you please stop doing that? And if not, well, we tried. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And when you have that kind of movement, when you have no firm stance in anything and you're not showing strength, like this is one of the few times where, because I've always thought it was kind of corny when they said that, the world's laughing at us because, we're showing up we're weak. This is a moment where I really feel like, we're kind of showing weakness. I'm just one of those people who say either you're with them or not. You can't be in the middle on this. You
hmm
know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna pick the side, pick a side and stick with it. If you're just in the middle and say, hey, ceasefire, no, well, all right, we tried. Sorry guys, we'll try and send some more aid your way and we'll keep it moving. It just feels like the whole thing is just a mess, and we're just watching this continue on, and Israel's going to be saying, we'll decide when we decide to finish this. And we kind of know what's going to happen once this is done, because once this is done, Israel's going to move right on in and take over the whole area. So
yeah, and word is, they're moving towards Africa, and so, well, certainly Egypt is close enough to it, but they are, going to be moving in on some African countries, and
Mhm.
people are very afraid of that
Yep.
and what that will look like because of the way they treated the brown people in Palestine. What do you think, Damon?
As Ahmed said, we don't have a strong authoritative stance, whereas we used to be the world police, and
Hmm.
Mhm.
when America spoke, people responded. We don't have a voice. I mean, the administration quietly and financially stands with Israel. We know
Of
which side
course.
they're with when it comes to
Yeah.
that. But from us being a military might and being feared or respected or revered from our stance, that has been tested many times over the last few years, and we've lost a lot of credibility here. So I don't know what the outcome shall be, or what the
Right.
United States could possibly do, because the Middle East conflict has been a conflict that's dated decades and decades, and
Forever.
so
Yeah.
either we're in it or out of it. That's the way I look at it, and but it's more complex than that, of course. So
Mhm.
I stick to the jokes. I just know in Chicago, if we were forced to pick a side, I see a lot more Arabs than I do Israelis in my
Hmm.
communities. And that there goes, if they decide to rise up, then there goes the Sharks, the J&Js, chickens, the the gas stations. Stony Island is wiped out. No more Stony Island Avenue.
Gone.
Cottage Grove is a wrap. So I kind of lean that way if we're gonna be, light about it. I'm sure the Jewish people probably own those stations, but the Arabs populate it. So if you want to keep getting them crinkle cut fries with the mild sauce and the lemon pepper in the community, then we gotta ride with the Palestinians, because they brought the lemon pepper. Now I'm not an advocate for lemon pepper, because I don't believe lemon pepper even been around long enough for us to be doing lemon pepper. Your grandmother never had lemon pepper. It don't taste like lemon or pepper, and they push it in the hood. So there's my stance on this conflict.
Lemon pepper and ranch sauce. Yes. Yes.
Can we talk about lemon pepper real quick? Now,
Yeah,
so when it comes to a lemon pepper, and when I came down here and I found out about wet, lemon pepper wet,
Yeah.
I was just like, I was confused because I don't know what part of why is it wet, and it's not wet in lemon juice, it's wet in oil. So I'm just trying to understand, why is it lemony or not lemony, and why is it wet and it's not with lemon juice. And then another thing is, like Damon said, it's not lemony, it's not pepper, it's salty as hell. So they're trying
yes.
to get rid of us. My
I
man,
think it's COVID dust, man. I think it's COVID dust, and they forcing it. Are you sure you don't want the lemon pepper, brother? And when you say no, they be like, no lemon pepper? Are you sure, brother?
Pretty lady
Man.
like lemon pepper. See? No,
Man.
no.
Look,
Mm.
I'm just it's a lemon pepper, which is not bad.
Yeah.
I
But once again, we've taken a major stance and a major topic and brought it back to potatoes.
Mhm.
It
They also
always
put
comes
it.
back to potatoes.
It all rolls back
I
to
like a good
potatoes.
lemon pepper
And
though.
check
I
this
like a
out.
good
Check
lemon
this
pepper.
out. Because Wendy's
Mhm.
has now announced it'll start testing Uber-style surge pricing prices
Let's talk about it.
for
Let's
Wendy's
talk about it.
items that'll cost more depending on the time, the location, and the demand. The Wendy's menu
Mm.
items may be rising and fluctuating in price depending on the time, the location, and how many people are in line to get their Wendy's or to place their orders. Uh,
Wow.
they announced this in their stockholders meeting,
Uh-huh.
and so they are rolling out new plans to improve company profits, including digital menu boards that will be more easily able to change the
There it
prices
is.
of items as they are testing dynamic pricing and day part offers. According to sources, they are plan to invest about $20 million to roll out the digital menu boards and to all U.S. company operated restaurants by the end of 2025, and approximately $10 million over the next 2 years to support the digital menu board enhancements. You tell me that I pull in and there's two people ahead of me, and all of a sudden the menu board starts changing prices.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Let me tell you something, Sybil Wilkes.
Yes, sir.
This is all gonna go down and burn and flame. Why? Because them digital boards always be breaking down.
Right,
And when they be
right.
breaking down, I want the lowest price. Matter of fact, I'm naming my price. Once the digital boards, I don't see a price up there. Matter of fact, give me a number 1, number 2, number 3 for $4. That's what I saw on there. So I just want to say this is what I saw on the digital board. Hey, please go ahead and run them digital boards out there and see how long they last. They'll
Okay.
last as long as a McDonald's ice cream machine.
I was
It's
going
not
to
going
say
to be
touching the
working.
flurry
It ain't gonna
machine.
be
Yep.
working. This is
Yep.
gonna stop immediately once those digital boards start breaking down. Come on.
And it's just gouging the public. I mean, fast food used to
Sure.
be a place where, maybe a single mom who wanted to make a quick meal and something that was affordable can go. Now you can't take a family to McDonald's for under $40, and now you want to surge it because all the families are trying to eat at the same time.
Hmm.
It's ridiculous. So, boo on Wendy's. Dave would never approve of this.
Or Wendy.
Yeah,
I say I am with you all of this because Dave was a good guy and that wasn't
yeah.
his way of doing business. Absolutely.
Late night prices is gonna be so low though. That's where they're gonna hit. Them late night
Not on
prices,
weekends.
not on the weekend.
Okay. Coming home from the club. That's right. In entertainment, congratulations to our friend Don Lemon. They
Wow.
reportedly, Don and CNN have reached an agreement since he was fired last year and approximately a $24.5 million payout.
That's a big
Mm.
payout.
I'm so not mad at that brother. I am so not mad. When they changed management and they, put him in a different time slot and put him in a just a whole different way of doing what he does or he did so beautifully
Mm-hmm.
at night. And now, and just, just kept just like feeding, raw meat to an animal and trying to make him trip up and do all of these things. And finally, he just had enough. And he was reprimanded for things that he said, and Don is probably one of the nicest people you're ever going to meet, but they riled
Especially when
him
he got
up.
some alcohol in him.
Oh my God, the New Year's Eve broadcasts were
Don Lemon Pepper Wet on New Year's Eve, baby. I can tell you that. Lemon Pepper Wet on New Year's Eve.
The
Boy, he was
Don on the Fantastic Voyage
oh my
after
God.
hours.
After a parade of sorts.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
He did get it in. And
Don,
what a soft landing for a situation like this. Not even to be a no pun intended, but when you lose a job like that, you wonder what a person's going to do and what comes
right.
for them next. And
Mhm.
like TJ Holmes and the other young lady, you're like, man, they lost
Mhm.
those good jobs.
Right.
But when you have a certain amount of notoriety and a certain amount of credibility, you get a soft landing, and that's the come up.
That's
He's
the
probably
sweetest.
he's like, fire me again.
I'm about to
Okay.
say, I wish I can get discriminated against like that.
Okay.
Come
Okay.
on now.
Yeah. Yeah. CNN, what you doing?
Come on.
Um, and finally, I'm just really happy, and I agree with you. It is a soft landing, and nobody deserves that more. People just don't deserve to be bandied about the way he was by that company. And good on him for landing on his feet that way.
Indeed.
CNN is the struggle bus right now.
Yeah.
Or they're in the struggle bus right now.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
And a lot of them are in the struggle. You know, a lot of the major networks are as well. So it's a delicate time for a lot of our friends that are out there working hard. Let's move to entertainment. That was entertainment. I'm sorry. Let's move to the jewel. A life without purpose is equivalent to a person. Check this out, Damon. A life without purpose is equivalent to a person without a soul.
Mm.
Ooh.
Find your purpose, people.
Ooh.
Because I know you got soul.
Okay. A tip of the hat to that. Thank you so much, gentlemen. A lot of fun. I'm glad you guys are back. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Khameron, we look forward to you joining us again, and we will see you all again real soon. Aloha.
Aloha.